Hello everybody, this is BK International Talent Scout. I'm coming to you live and in living color, and I'm talking about The Lion Tells His Tale, the Intiman Theater production presented at the Broadway Performance Music Hall right next door to Seattle Central Community College, my alma mater. Intiman Theater, The Lion Tells His Tale by Vida Sneed, directed by Sneed, a world premiere play featuring Delbert Richardson's American History Traveling Museum, The Unspoken Truths. Hello everybody. We're talking about Sunday morning faith and praise. We're coming to you live tonight, and it will be aired in the morning, which is Saturday. We're talking about The Lion Tells His Tale. On Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I did a live recording interview, an exclusive interview with Stephen Sneed, the director of the play, The Lion Tells His Tale. The play was written by his dear wife, Vida Sneed. What an incredible play. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to read, comment, and review the program book presented by Encore. So, as you know, Village Theater and Fifth Avenue Theater unveiled the 24-25 season. The Village Theater will present Camelot, Legally Blind, The Color Purple Musical, Jersey Boys, and Dial M for Murder. The Fifth Avenue Theater after midnight will be September 20th, October 13th, Mary Poppins November 22nd through December 22nd, The Last 5 Years February 8th through March 16th. Wow, some exciting plays happening. All right, y'all. Let's just get down to it. The word around town. Fat Am, the Barber Chevalier, and Disney's Aladdin. Intiman Theater Artistic Director Janelle Zernell, Managing Director Wesley Fragg presents The Lion Tells His Tale by Vida Sneed, directed by Stephen Sneed, featuring Delbert Richardson's African American History Traveling Museum, The Unspoken Truth. May 1st through the 5th, Broadway Performance Hall on the campus of Seattle Central Community College. This play features dancer Alvido, Faith Bennett Russell, G.J. Brown, Edwin E.A. Thomas, Tracy Michelle Hughes, Antonio Mitchell, Delbert Richardson, Hazel Ruth Gibson, and the musicians are Rico Stone Bimry, keyboards, drums, percussion, Elias Bullock, keyboards, Joshua Richardson, keyboards, BZ, drums and percussion, Charlie Cash, guest artists. The creative team, Rico Bembry, composer, music director, Vina C. Bainham, choreographer, scenic designer, Jennifer Zillier, Doris Black, costume designer, Robert A., lighting designer, Matt S., sound designer, and Max Z., assistant stage manager, Lily McLeod, assistant lighting manager. The songs in the play: Go Down Moses, traditional African American spiritual, sung by Tracy Hughes. Cold Peace, writer-composer Rico Bembry, performed by Charlie Cash. Forbidden Truth, writer-composer Rico Bembry, lyrics by Vida, Sneed. Ain't Gonna Let Nobody Turn Me Around, standard version, sung by Antonio Mitchell and Faith Bennett Russell. Ain't Gonna Let Nobody remix, composer, writer, Vitamin B. There will be one 15-minute intermission. Yeah. Let's get to it. Intiman Theater, 50 years. The mission of Intiman Theater uses the power of story and education to advocate dialogue, confront inequality, and build collective joy. All right. So, there's a welcome by Jennifer Z., Artistic Director. Welcome to the Intiman Theater. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to the world premiere, The Lion Tells His Tale. We are so happy to have you here. About the museum. The unspoken truths about the museum. The African American History Traveling Museum, Unspoken Truths, chronicles the rich history of Africans in Africa prior to American chattel slavery, the experiences impacted by the American chattel slavery and the Jim Crow era, while also detailing the many contributions African Americans have had on scenic, scientific, cultural, technological inventions, innovations in the U.S. and the world. This is done through the 4 sections of the museum: Mother Africa, chattel slavery, Jim Crow, and Still We Rise. Key principles of the National Award-winning American History Traveling Museum, The Unspoken Truths. Unspoken Truths. It's called the American History Traveling Museum intentionally because, as Delbert says, he who tells the story controls the narrative. Self-actualization. We are still suffering from residentials of American chattel slavery. I'm carrying over 200 years of trauma in my DNA. Identifying development. What if there was a world where all children could learn how to self-identify and, more importantly, be more than happy with how they see themselves versus how the world sees them? That is a question. Our future. Not only did African Americans create amazing things, they are responsible for creating what we shall call now as STEM. Okay, Delbert Richardson with artifacts from his museum, Resistance, Resilience, Remembrance, Liberation exhibit, November 2021, Arts at King County Station. Delbert Richardson. Mr. Richardson's achievements include the 2023 National Campus Compact Newman Fellowship Award, the 2017 National Education Carter G. Woodson Memorial Human Civil Rights Award, and the 2019 City of Seattle Mayor Arts Award, the 2019 Crosscut in Culture Award, and the 2020 Association King County Historical Organization Heritage Education Award. Delbert Richardson said, I truly believe that all of us should continue to be on this journey of self-discovery because we all have inherited some stuff that really isn't good for society. Even though we live in a whitewashed world today, Our planet has always been a product of African DNA, advancements, and origin. These are the unspoken truths. Mr. Delbert Richardson is kind of like the star of The Lion Tells His Tale. Hello, everybody. This is BK, International Talent Scout. BK presents radio podcast on Rainier Avenue Radio .world, Sunday morning faith and praise, where BK presents radio podcast is aired at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 12:30 p.m. Let me get something to drink. A note from the director of the play, Sneed. George Floyd was murdered in Minneapolis on May 25th, 2020, launching a much-needed racial reckoning in America. His murder forced America to look at herself in the mirror, revealing the need for change. The time for change is now. The time to explore new adventures in change is now. Enter The Lion Tells His Tale. This is a play about Delbert Richardson's traveling museum that tells a more accurate, complete story of African people in America. The play brings the museum to life on stage. We get a glimpse into Delbert's zest for knowing his heritage and sharing untold American stories. America has a story of many great accomplishments, routinely excluding black people. Some people believe black history and the resistance to racism should not be taught at all. An African proverb says, until the lion tells his tale, the hunt will always glorify the hunter. Today, the lion is speaking his truth. Tell Me Again by Noe Evern. Tell me again about my melon skin and how my story began on the soil rich with minerals and precious stones, hot dirt, clay, and sand. Tell me again about my intricate hair, markings, symbols that speak of my kin, shells, gold, silver, red, yellow, and orange. Tell me again about my amazing skill mapping the stars and ocean currents, drawing the documenting of the times preserved on walls held by our griots. Tell me again about the architecture and healing practices, exuding tapestries, precious monuments, and pyramids that nearly touch the sky. Tell me again about my gorgeous imagination inventing traffic lights and the ice cream scoop. Tell me again about the melon skin. Go back to the continent in the garden. Mother Africa is where it all began. Inspired by Mr. Delbert Richardson's American History Traveling Museum, The Unspoken Truths. Native Nonprofit Spotlight, Red Eagle Soaring. Since 2015, Intimon has included the practice of acknowledging that we occupy native land. Starting this year, we are parenting and partnering with a different local native nonprofit for the season, providing a spotlight of their work, their people, and their programs. Red Eagle Soaring is a Seattle-based 501c3 that exists to empower urban indigenous youth to express themselves with the confidence and clarity through the free year-round programming. Red Eagle Soaring is a nonprofit organization sponsored by and with the Intiman Theater that presents The Lion Tells His Tale. Man, you gotta get this program book. Talks about Delbert Richardson. Mr. Delbert Richardson, he, him, is a community scholar and second-generation storyteller. DJ Brown, young storyteller, is a 13-year-old 7th grade student at South Shore K-8 with passion for dancing, playing the piano, drawing, and various forms of computer animation. Rajani Edison, Justin Ensemble. Originally from Seattle, spoken word poet MC, teaching artist, he, him, has been engaging in diverse community audiences for over 30 years. Hazel Rose Gibson, Grace, Queen Tidy Ensemble. Hazel is proud to be making her on-stage debut in Intiman with this show, The Lion Tells His Tale. Tracy Mitchell Hughes. Tracy is happy to be working with Intiman Theater again. The last time was in The Wedding Band. Antonio Mitchell. Antonio is excited to be returning to Intiman for the premiere of the new work, having recently appeared in The Baron and the Lawyer's Depths. Faith Bennett Russell. Faith Bennett Russell is an actor, director, teaching artist, playwright, and choreographer in the greater Seattle area for the past 40-plus years. She is thrilled to be back on the boards, making her Intiman Theater debut with the beautiful and essential story. Past favorite stage credits: My Heart is the Drum, Once on the Island, and Annie. Wow, and the list goes on. Edwin E.A. Thomas, the storyteller. Edwin Thomas is honored to be returning to the Intiman Theater where he was previously seen in our town. He is a University of Washington drama graduate. Welcome back, man. May we always tell stories that honor the sacrifices of our ancestors and amplify the healing power of the human spirit. So, man, this list goes on. The creative team: Vida Sneed. Vida Sneed is a Seattle-based writer and educator. Vida has a strong history with Intiman Theater that dates back to her experiences with the Family Theater series. The Lion Tells His Tale launches the Vida's debut as a professional playwright. She earned a BA in English from University of Southern California and K-8 teaching credentials from University of Washington. While raising and homeschooling 6 children, Vida has been perfecting her skills behind the scene in church-based productions. Vida expresses gratitude to the love of her life, Steve Sneed, her children, grandchildren, family, and friends. Lorna Hart, Jay Brown, and Holly A. for being first reviewers of the script, and Don and Zena Foster for providing a sanctuary to write. As she begins this journey, she remembers her mother's words: "It's not what you are or who you are, but who you are to become." Stephen Sneed, the premier director of this play. Steve Sneed career began at the age of 15 as leader of the African drum and dance group. For 7 years, the group performed at festivals, prisons, college, various special events in the state of Washington, including CTI Jazz at the Paramount Theater. He later studied theater arts, music, and advertising at the University of Washington, worked as an equity actor in Seattle, produced and directed plays in Seattle. As an actor, he was nominated for an Emmy Award for his role in the CTS Channel 9 drama Cellar George, of which he played the title character. Stephen served as director of the Langston Hughes Center for 11 years and 20 years as the managing artistic director at the Seattle Center, including managing Festal, a series of festivals. In 2001, Steve was the recipient of the Corporate Council for the Arts Unsung Hero Award. He was selected as Man of the Year by the 5th District of the First AME Church in the Pacific Northwest. So there's just more things about people in the play, talking about the staff. Thanks to all the donors. I won't read those names. You can become a member of the Intermont Theater and support its future plays. So, hey, man, that's just like a review of what? This is a review of the Encore program book, Intermont Theater, The Lion Tells His Tale, written by Vida Sneed and directed by Steve Sneed, a world premiere play featuring Delbert Richardson's African American History Traveling Museum, The Unspoken Truths. Hey, this is BK International Talent Scout, and I had to do a review of the program book, and I just want to encourage you that you have today, there's a performance, which is Saturday, May 4th. There's a performance at 2, and again, a performance tonight, May 4th at 7:30. And then tomorrow there's a performance on Sunday. So you have 3 more times to see The Lion Tells Its Tale, written by Vida Sneed, directed by Stephen Sneed. For more information, go to intermon.org. Come on out and support this play. This is BK International Talent Scout, host of BK Present, which comes on every Sunday morning on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Sunday morning faith and praise. You can listen to BK Presents at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 12:30 a.m., all on Sunday morning faith and praise, broadcasted live on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Hey, this is BK International Talent Scout. I'm going to be doing another review because I'm going back to see the play today for its evening showing, and I will be going live from the venue before, during, and after. So it's going to be fun, and it's going to be something you want to see and share. Love you, and we'll see you next week.